Good morning to all my brothers and sisters. Many of you know me as RJ, some of you know me as Robert. This is the first video that we're going to be doing on our YouTube channel that we're opening for Two Feathers Self-Reliance and Wilderness Training Academy. It's a division of Two Feathers Timber Framing and Farm. That is our farm that we have up here. It's our family farm. We're going to teach you various self-reliance tips. Right now, today is March 22nd, and it's just about time to start getting gardens going. We uncovered gardens last weekend. Working on compost. We're going to do some videos on how to properly build a compost, and we're going to build a new compost this year. We're going to do a video on how to build it, how to stack and make your proper compost, and how not to make killer compost. We're going to show you how much compost and how much manure you need to put and till into your garden. We're going to show you seed starting. We're going to show you planting the garden. In our field, we're actually going to be breaking out a whole bunch of ground, and we're going to be planting a new garden. So we're going to show you the steps that are going to be taken for, removing all the sod out of there and tilling it over and adding organic matter so that we can start a new garden. So we're actually going to double our garden size this year with everything that's going on. We're going to teach you tips. I started this fire with one match, a piece of fat wood, and a wrapper from my paper wrapper from my oatmeal this morning. This right here is fat wood. Fat wood is actually, it's from the pith, or the very bottom of a pine tree. It's where all the sap goes down and gathers. And it's just pure resin, and it lights with just one match. You can buy this commercially at hardware stores, or I think Walmart might sell it or someplace like that, but there's no need to waste your money going to buy that if you got any trees that are down, pine trees. We had some major pine tree damage up here on the farm last year, and we're still cleaning up from it now. But there's quite a bit of fat wood on those, and we're going to teach you how to harvest the fat wood. We are in the process of revamping and resetting up our chicken coop. We're going to be getting chicks. We're going to go through the process for starting your chicks, where to position the heat lamps for them, how to set up a brooder hoop, the proper feed, water for them, and we're going to have you video of them, as they grow and as they start laying. And we're going to take you in the woods. We're going to teach you some survival techniques, how to build a shelter if you're in the woods, how to build a fire with a match. But also there's many other ways. We're going to go out of my comfort zone, and we're going to do bow drill. I've never really done too much bow drill fire starting, but we're gonna teach you how to build a bow drill and how to set up and do a bow drill to start fires. We're gonna do what I'm good at, flint and steel, and then we're gonna use ferro rod and magnesium, and just go through, and we might even do a burning lens and try that out to see how that works, just to show you different methods of fire starting. We're gonna take you through. This is everywhere I go. Whenever I'm in the woods or out on one of my adventures, I usually have this. It's my Weeping Heart Tomahawk. This goes with me all the time. A lot of guys have already taken or been with me when I've been teaching tomahawk throwing. We're gonna teach you proper axe maintenance and care, how to sharpen, and then we're gonna actually have a class up here on the farm for tomahawk throwing, fire starting. We're going to start eventually having classes up here, but to get everyone going, we're going to set up a couple targets, and we're going to do an informational video on tomahawk throwing, and maybe even some trick throwing, eyes closed, and underhand tomahawk throwing and stuff like that. Next year, as the seasons start to get closer, we're going to go in the woods, and we're going to look for sign for tracking deer, and where deer are bedding and runs and trails, and we're gonna look for scrapes and rubs, and try to find some good areas for hunting. We're gonna do the same with turkey. Spring turkey season's coming up. I've been out in the backwoods here. On our farm, we abut 276 acres of wildlife management area. That's our playground. I've been through there. There's very little wild turkey sign. There's a lot of coyote sign now, so the coyotes probably drove the turkeys out. We're going to go through that. We're going to go through just general hiking safety. we're actually going to one day we're gonna just drop out my bag that I carry in the woods and show you what I carry, as just in case I get lost in the woods. And with the current state and position of the world today, we're going to teach you how to properly pack a bug out bag, in case you need to bug out. Many of us, we're bugging out at home right now. We're going to go through as the season goes on. Years ago, I remember my mother and my grandmother canning everything that came out of the garden. One of the gardens that we're using is still my grandparents' garden. That was where the original garden up here, when it was Windy Acres Farm, was set up. When I took over, now it's Two Feathers. But we're going to learn together. We're going to learn how to can. We're going to preserve our harvest. We're going to learn how to put it up. We're going to go through, proper pantry storage. We're going to go through what you should be having in your pantry for long-term storage. I ventured out to the store not too long ago, and I was surprised at the food that people were passing up and not buying. They were hoarding all the pre-made stuff and all the stuff with preservatives and chemicals in it, and the good organic vegetables and fresh vegetables and the organic frozen vegetables and good meats that could be, you could really cook some real staple meals and stuff that would last you a long time. A lot of people were passing that up at the beginning of this just to grab the stuff that's easy. Life isn't easy, but it doesn't have to be hard neither. We're looking for a life that we can build so that I don't need to take a vacation from. I want to just be up here and spend time on the farm and in the workshop, and then just spend the quiet family times. It's amazing to me that people are freaking out that they can't leave their house. An ideal Saturday night for me is sitting around the table with my wife, my daughter, and playing cards or playing a board game or something. That's the ideal night for me, and everyone's all upset because they can't be out running around. A nice a hike in the woods with the family, or going out fishing or something like that. That's what we need to bring back in these times. And I think after this is all over, a lot of people are going to realize it. That's why we're starting this channel now, so that we can try to train people for what the world is probably going to look like at the end of this. I don't think it's going to look the same as when we all, had to start sheltering in place last week. I think there's going to be a lot more emphasis on self-reliance and food preparation and storage if you have the area to garden or you want to garden. I have some friends that live in the Springfield area, Springfield, Massachusetts. We're in Massachusetts. We're in Holland, Massachusetts. I have some friends in Springfield that live in small apartments or whatever, and there's hydroponics and container gardens that can be grown in small areas, and maybe we'll venture into that and show you how you can actually do food preparation on a small scale so that you can provide for your family. Lettuce, microgreens, stuff like that. Stuff that's really healthy and is going to really do good. I know my wife's going to cringe when I say this, but kale. I love growing kale. Kale is excellent source of vitamins. It's really good in soups, and it can be used as a filler. It's kale, lettuce, Swiss chard, anything like that. I grow that in my cold weather crops. I'm just getting ready. We're going to be putting them in the ground pretty soon. So, hopefully by around Memorial Day, we'll be harvesting, some crops already, and we'll be getting the rest of our crops in. Our squashes and our winter squashes, our summer squashes, beans, peas, peppers, onions, tomatoes, Brussels sprouts. We're going to try doing some melons this year. My daughter wants to grow sunflowers, so we're going to grow sunflowers along the backside of the garden this year and see how big they can get. And then after they get big and they're beautiful, and we got something really nice to look at out the kitchen window every morning when it's time for them to have gone by, we're going to bring them in, and we're going to teach you how to dry them and how to actually roast the seeds so that you can actually eat the seeds. And I roast sunflower seeds all the time. They're a good snack when you're in the woods or even on a job site. I sometimes keep a small package of them in my tool belt and eat them while we're working. I lived off it when I was plowing a lot of times. I used to smoke quite a few cigars when I was plowing, and when I got away from that, I went to sunflower seeds, and I went through a whole bunch of sunflower seeds. And commercial sunflower seeds are mostly all roasted and very high in sodium. They're very salty, and they actually tend to raise your blood pressure. So we're going to do it ourselves so that you know, there's going to be very little salt, so they're actually going to be healthy for you. We might even have some special guests up here. I'm going to talk to some of my, I'm going to say my brothers. They're my Masonic brothers, and we might have a course on firearm safety. I have several brothers that are very good at and teach firearm safety classes. I have some other brothers that are very good at cooking, and they're professional chefs actually, and they might come out and do some cooking with me on the grill or on the campfire here, and we'll teach you how to prepare some meals. I have other brothers that are into bushcraft, which I'm into. Bushcraft is going out into the woods with just basics, a tomahawk maybe, or an axe, a knife, a small pack with a tarp, and very little food and foraging. We'll get into foraging. Right now fiddleheads are going to start coming up. My buddy Bruce Fant is all excited about me going out fiddlehead foraging because he loves them and hasn't had them and seen them in years, so we're going to go look for them and teach you how to prepare fiddleheads. We'll go through some wild edibles, and we'll go through the books and resources that if you're going to go actually and forage for wild edibles that you should have until you're good at it, for references so that you don't get yourself sick. I'm really excited about this adventure that we're getting into together, and I hope that everyone's going to subscribe to the channel and give some positive feedback, and we'll all learn together off of this. And I just want to say that we're all going to get through everything that's going on right now. I miss all my family and friends that we haven't been seeing for a while, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. And until then, look for our weekly videos. Thank you.